Welcome back to our continuing YouTube video series on business law. My name is Christopher Neufeld of Neufeld Legal. And in this continuing YouTube video series where we focus in this particular segment on affording a business lawyer, we're going to discuss the importance of pre-collecting documents and information. Now, why say is it important to pre-collect documents and information? Well, because if you're going to want to save money and have what money you do expend focus on advancing your particular business project from a legal standpoint, your legal case, you really want to be having your lawyer in the best position possible so that they're not overlooking stuff, they're not asking for your stuff, they're getting the proper picture from the outset. So what do you want to really be doing? A couple things that I would greatly suggest that could really impact your legal bill, and in the sense of getting the most bang for your buck. Collect all the documents that are pertinent to the matter. Even the ones that are not necessarily the most pertinent, you can identify them as such. You say, these are documents which I truly believe are critical to this case or this project. Here's a series of other documents that might be of value. I'm not sure. I'm not the lawyer, but here are the documentation that we find is important to the process. The next thing you want to do is also do the same with respect to emails and other forms of correspondence. On top of that, what you might look to do is create linkages. Well, a couple things. Linkages, connections, and timelines. Creating a timeline so the lawyer can understand how everything progressed, where everything is going to, how everything is interconnected, how the information itself is interconnected. Often you create flow charts. You line up where you want everything to go, and this is what your objective is. The lawyer can work with you to clean it up, but you start off with rough drafts, rough sketches. The lawyer will then redirect you, but the key is to start it off and to give some semblance. It'll give clarity to your own ideas, and by giving clarity to your own ideas, you're going to be able to bring clarity to the lawyer, and it's going to reaffirm what your desire is, what you are looking for. It also shows where stuff is interconnected. Now, meanwhile, with respect to emails, one of the things you might want to do is consider what you believe to be important search terms and why. It might be individuals, it might be business connections, it might be elements of the business. Those are the kinds of things you might want to list out. You might not even provide those emails right now. You might want to say, look, what do you say to the lawyer? What do you want me to be searching for? There's tons of information out there, but what is your focus? What is your interest? What is your intent? Always go back to the lawyer. Ask them for their guidance, their input. It'll get you thinking further about what you should be providing and collecting. Provide a synopsis of why something's important. The lawyer will go through stuff, and you'll have the batch of what you believe to be critical documents, and batches could potentially be critical, but you're not sure. It could be important. List why you feel they might be important. When a lawyer understands why you believe something is important, they understand better as to what the significance and what the objective should be. And this is really what you should be doing. Pre-collect, contain the information, provide a path that you believe. You're not going to try to lock the lawyer into this. The lawyer's going to have a lot of freedom to work with it, should be. But what you want to do is you want to not be in a position where the lawyer is scratching their head and asking you, where do I start? Where do I go? They want to have some guidance because you understand the business best. And they want to be able to pick through that stuff, because as they work through it and the information that you provide them with, they'll be able to come back to yourself and redirect you and ask you to collect more information that pertains to this or that, if it's available. And you might be able to also say, there's nothing there, or I hadn't thought about that, I'll look into it. And that is going to greatly increase the focus and optimize the use of your lawyer's time. And when you optimize the use of the lawyer's time, it's going to reflect it in your legal bill. You're still going to have to most likely have a good and hefty legal bill. However, your output from the lawyer will be that much higher and that much more successful. And when you look at it, you'll say, I didn't waste a lot of money on nothing or stuff I could have avoided. And my money went into something that produced really solid and good results for myself. And that is what you should be looking at with every aspect of your business. And that is why we work through these videos and we emphasize the importance of pre-collecting documentation, pre-collecting information, connecting the dots in advance so you have a real guideline for what the lawyer should be looking for and working with, so as you can optimize and afford the best possible legal counsel and afford to get the best possible results from that legal counsel. Once again, we trust you found this YouTube video informative. Like our YouTube video, subscribe to our channel, provide us with your comments. And when you're looking for quality, experienced legal counsel, do not hesitate to contact ourselves. Yes, you have to pay for legal counsel, but as we try to emphasize in these videos, you can afford it if you make the right emphasis on how to get the most out of your legal counsel. And that is how you make the most out of your business. Thank you.